Class, in this video, we will learn about the next kingdom, fungi. Characteristics of fungi. Fungi are eukaryotic, which means they have nucleus and cell organelle. Cell organelle are the body which is present in the cytoplasm. Due to lack of chlorophyll, fungi do not prepare their own food. They are heterotrophic, means they depend on others for food. Most of the fungi are multicellular, means they have more than one cell. For an example, mushroom and molds. Some fungi are unicellular, means they have one cell, example yeast. And the cell wall of fungi is made up of chitin. Fungi present in water or mostly on the moist surfaces. Fungi needs sufficient amount of moisture and warmth to grow. Ever you noticed that most of the fungi grow in rainy season because at that time a sufficient amount of moisture present in the air which is required for the growth of fungi. As we know that fungi are heterotrophic, they depend on other for food. So they have three modes of nutrition: saprophytic, parasitic, symbionts. Saprophytic fungi feed on dead and decaying material, where parasitic fungi feed on living material, and symbionts also feed on living material. But the difference is that parasitic fungi harm their partner, whereas symbionts help their partners. Here are two examples which show symbiotic relationship. It is not possible for the fungi and the algae to live independently, so they both help each other to fulfill their needs. In this case, fungi provide protection and absorb moisture and minerals from the soil for algae, and in turn, algae produces food for fungi. And this relationship produces lichen, which are made up of fungus and alga. Alga is the singular form of algae. Another example is the association between fungi and roots of some plants. In this case, fungi helps the plant to absorb moisture and minerals, and the plant provide nutrition to fungi. So you can see in the diagram that mushroom get nutrition from the roots of big trees, and in turn it provide moisture and minerals to the tree. As I told you, fungi are broadly classified into yeast, mushrooms and molds. Yeast are unicellular and molds and mushrooms are multicellular. So, let's discuss about molds in detail. Molds are the fuzzy growths which we can see on the rotting fruit, stale bread, cheese, damp shoes and the wall of the room. If you see this fuzzy growth under a magnifying glass, you will be noticed that it just look like given in the picture. You can see in the picture there is a mass of thread-like structure. This thread-like structure is called hyphae, and singular it is known as hypha, and this hypha grow into one or more cell by elongation at the tip. And the tangle mass of hyphae, tangle means twisted, messy या फिर उलझा हुआ, and this tangle mass of hyphae is called mycelium. Molds are reproduced by producing spores. Spores is derived from the Greek word spora, which means seeds. Look at the tip of the there is a spherical structure. This spherical structure is called sporangia, and sporangia produces spores. When the sporangia burst and release the spores into the air, these spores land on the favorable surface and grow into new colonies. Next is nutrition in molds. Most of the molds are saprophytic, means they take their food from dead and decaying matter like soil, water, dung, paper, fruit, etc. When the hyphae release enzymes in these dead matter, enzymes digest or break down the matter which are later absorbed by the hyphae, and this is known as extracellular digestion because it takes place outside the cell. Respiration. Mold respire through aerobically or anaerobically. In aerobic respiration, mold use oxygen to break down food and produce carbon dioxide, water, and energy. And some molds do not use oxygen to break down food and it produce or release alcohol. That type of respiration is known as anaerobic respiration or fermentation. Now, how fungi are useful to us? Yeast is used in bakeries to prepare the fermented dough. Some species of yeast are used in the manufacture of alcohol and various wines. Penicillin was the first antibiotic produced by the Fleming Alexander by using a fungus Penicillium. All the mushrooms, including the ones we eat, all are fungi. Fungi helps to clean up the environment by decomposing dead and decaying matter. Some molds used to make flavored cheese. Fungi are also harmful for us. It causes fewer diseases in animals, and the most common fungal disease is ringworm, which affect our skin, nails, or scalp. Fungi causes respiratory diseases, ear and mouth infections, food poisonings, and several diseases in pets, farm animals, and wild animals.